Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Little NBA bit coming at you. Hot. Who do we got in the chat this morning? I see Sneeps up in here. Jay Blaze ready to talk some Brooklyn. We have the common man's here. We got to talk about Mets in a little bit. Bowdivine, we got a birthday in the house. Let's go, Booty. Happy birthday, Bowdivine. Hope you're enjoying it. Good to see that in the chat. Love to see it. We got a Doherty. We got Smoke Some, Matic Auto in the house. Good to see everybody. Got a fun one this morning. We're going to move right through, talk some rookies, talk some injuries, all of that fun stuff. Let's get to some business right off the top. Just a reminder, NBA Bit will be back on Friday. So get excited for that after today's show. We also, I think I'm going to fire up a happy hour stream depending on how I'm feeling today. So over on our Elite Fantasy Hoops channel, might rifle through a couple best ball drafts. We're also going to be doing that on Friday with a special guest, Kawaisenberg. Mr. Zach is going to be joining us to, we're only a couple weeks away from the double dribble being officially live. So you got to get those best ball drafts in fast. Also, less than a week away, next Tuesday, the auctions go live over on SORARE NBA. And just a reminder, we're going to be streaming that live. We're just diving into the SORARE streets, baby. The time is now. Apologize if it sounds like I've got something going on with my voice or whatever. We snuck a little cough drop in there to try to ease the coughing so we can get through this one. But we're falling apart. We're just falling apart over here. I don't know what's going on. Let's talk some hoops first. We'll end with the Mets stuff because it's just so funny. We'll do some Top Shot stuff a little bit later. And you betcha, you're probably like, Zakarian, what do we got for backdrops today, huh? Did you bring it again? You damn right we brought it today. We're going to be doing some rookie buzz. Again, we're just going to use these segments to kind of help us get through the segments. I'm sorry, we're going to use it like to talk about some of the games and all that fun stuff. Strictly Sickly coming in with a little Shupak. There we go. I wonder if YouTube can demonetize me for saying some wild swears in Bosnian at the top of the show. I know if I drop an F-bomb in the first 5 minutes, they slow me down. But man, we just rattled off some Bosnian stuff, and I apologize. If you just, maybe you're watching the show for the first time and you are Bosnian, but you didn't know that I just randomly throw out some Bosnian swears because those are the only words that I know. I apologize. But anyways, let's get started. Guys, I've been trying to tell y'all about Khalil Ware. We mentioned it during Summer League, how the Miami Heat, #Heat culture, raised that banner of Summer League champion, right? But listen, this guy, I'm excited about this guy from a fantasy perspective, and oh my God, right? He dropped in the game last night. Let me pull up the box score here on my end. Anyways, the Miami Heat lost to the Hornets. There you go, Buzz City. But in this game, Khalil Ware, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2. I think he only had 1 assist. I think I did that backwards. Let me double check. This is in 17 minutes. 13 points, 5 boards, 1 assist, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. My guy had 4 blocks out there. Now, I was reading up on some Miami Heat stuff, and there's some discourse around Bam Adebayo, who played the 4 for Team USA, maybe tinkering around playing Bam at the 4, and if that happens, Ware is going to play the 5. Now, Ware is a fun fantasy play anyways, especially on Underdog and Best Ball, because he's considered a wing, even though the dude is 7 feet tall and is going to be playing more 5 than anything else. So if Bam misses some time, Ware becomes a huge smash. But even if Bam doesn't miss time, I think there's a real possibility they're going to test out Ware at the 5. And I mean, just the stock upside alone, right? 4 blocks and 2 steals for this guy. So I think even if you're just a basketball fan, I think that's going to be a fun fit for Miami. They always seem to find these like gems in the rough or diamonds in the rough, whatever you say. And it looks like they found one again here in Khalil Ware. Just a ton of upside from this guy. So good stuff. Good stuff for Khalil Ware. On the Charlotte side of things, let's just, LaMelo's back, baby. LaMelo is back. In 23 minutes, he dropped 24.6 boards and 4 dimes. Hopefully, we get him healthy. Also, Miles, that piece of crap, Bridges, 14 and 9 in that game. But then Shalane, off of the bench here. Shalane. Bonjour, Shalane. He had 15, 8, and 3 for Charlotte coming off the bench. And he played 25 minutes in this one. There's not so much we can take away from preseason stuff, right? Because they're definitely trying to get all of these different guys, different minutes and whatever. Some of the stuff, though, I do think is interesting, like who teams decide to start. And I'll mention that in a little bit when we take a look at some other squads. Wow, we got Neil Diamond Hands in the chat. There we go. Let's go. And then Stan Loves, Rookie of the Year. Let's get the Khalil Ware Rookie of the Year buzz going. So we talked about Ware. We talked about Shalane. Let's go look at the Chicago Bulls. Bulls won this one, 116-112. Here was the starting 5 for Chicago. We got Patty Will at the 4, Vucci Mane at the 5, Kobe White and Josh Giddey in the backcourt, and Zach LaVine also out there. So it kind of seems like Chicago might run some 3-guard lineups here and just play. I guess Giddey's kind of big enough that maybe he's considered like he can guard some small forwards or something. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But the fact that they're running out White, LaVine, and Giddey at the same time is good to see because I just wasn't sure how they were going to handle that. So we'll have to, I don't know, we'll have to pay attention to it moving forward. Oh, man, this cough is just a nightmare situation. Excuse me, guys. Anyways, in those minutes, Kobe White, I heard Taco Trey talking about it in No Dunks Eastern Conference episode earlier this week. Like, what we saw from the second half of the season of Kobe White, is that something we're going to see moving forward, or is that like small sample size, whatever? He comes out last night in 25 minutes, drops 21 points on 7 for 15 shooting. Mobes was out there, though, going 19 and 6. And then for the rookie, Bucelis, that's why we pulled this game up. 12 points, 5 boards, and 3 dimes in 21 minutes. Not too bad. Wanted to go to, there you go, Matic Auto. Wanted to actually, let me move this screen here for a second, because there was something when we were talking about Khalil Ware. I did want to show a little highlight reel here. Little highlight reel from Khalil Ware.
13 points. Giannis, Kawhi, Steve Nash.
Doing a little bit of everything here from Ware. Okay. I'll be honest, I did not know Ware had a 3-ball game. Oh, beautiful.
Gordon Hayward's not in camp with
It's
anyone.
beautiful.
Unlaced.
All right, that's enough Khalil Ware highlights. That's too many already. But anyways, got me hyped about him. The other thing, I wanted to go to Atlanta and the Pacers. They, they're both of those teams in midseason form, because final score 131-130 Atlanta. I like that no one's playing defense right away. They did not want to fool us by being like, hey, in this offseason, we worked on defensive. They're like, no. The Pacers started Siakam, Nesmith, Nembhard, Halliburton. No Miles Turner in this game, which meant Wiseman, the wise god. He played 16 minutes. All the starters played 16 minutes, and that was it. And then from the bench, we saw Benedict Mathurin return. He played 20 minutes. He looked good, had 8 points. Jarris Walker played 20 minutes. He also had 8 points. Seems like everybody had freaking 8 points. But for the Atlanta side of things, they started DeAndre Hunter. Jalen Johnson in 22 minutes dropped 19 points and 10 boards. Look at Jalen Johnson. Already the all-star call is in the building. He had Trey Young also started. He had 17 and 6. And then they threw Dyson Daniels as that other guard in there, also Capella as well. So that looks like it's going to be their starting 5. I was curious if they were going to slowly bring Risa Shea in, or if they were going to start Zachary Risa Shea. And Risa Shea played 23 minutes off the bench. My guy was efficient AF. 7 for 9 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3, 18 points. Okay. 3 boards, 2 dimes. Look at the Risa Shea. Maybe we have some Risa Shea hype. But the play of the game, though, and let me pull this up here so we can watch this together. Our guy Vit Krejci. He had, just an absolute sick pass. That was like we did a short on it this morning. Wait, why am I blanking on I saw somebody share it today. I don't know why I'm blanking on it here. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm blanking on the guy's last name. Okay. Anyways, we found it. All right. So we're going to look at this dime. A full court. And I like just like skipping a stone, just like he was skipping a stone. Let's go look at this. Watch this shit from Vitreci. Here we go. He just wings it. Just wings that on a dime. One bounce full court. Are you kidding me? How does that get through? He put a little spin on it. Put a little curve one more time. Look at the whoosh. There we go. Oh, my God. A beautiful thing. Shut up, Vitreci. Pretty impressive play by him over there. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Detroit Pistons, too. They didn't play last night, but they played 2 nights ago. And they played wait, where is it? Did they play last night? Excuse me. They did play last night against the Phoenix Suns. I apologize. Phoenix beat them 105-97. But now that they have a real coach again, that Monty Williams is no longer playing, here was the starting 5 for Detroit. So they had Cade Cunningham playing the 1. They're not messing around with Jade Ivey coming off the bench. They had Jade Ivey at the 2. Malik Beasley got the start, though. So this was kind of a 3-guard lineup. I think they could kind of get away with that because of the size of Cade and Ivy, that they throw Beasley out there. They had Simone Fontecchio at the 4, and then the big man Jalen Duren at the 5. All of their starters besides Cade played 23 to 25 minutes. Cade only played 18 minutes in that game. Duren at 17-6. Ivy 16-5-4 was good to see. But Ronnie Holland played 22 minutes off the bench. He dropped 10, 4, and 3. That was good. And then that was really it. So no Tobias Harris, which Tobias Harris is probably starting over Fontecchio. But I wonder if that's going to be their starting 5. Tim Hardaway Jr., 1 for 5 from the field again. There you go. I knew you were going to like it. Matty Harrison said another rookie, Ryan Dunn, 5 for 11 from 3 so far. If he can knock down open shots, that'll be huge for the Suns. Yeah, he did not make the list on the graphic. But yeah, Phoenix, I mean, that's kind of why they drafted him, right? Like if he could knock down just some sort of scoring to come off the bench, because this is going to be the starting 5 for the Suns. It's going to be Booker, Beal, and Trey Jones. So a little 3-guard lineup, which again, God bless whoever Bradley Beal is covering. Like you want to talk about streaming on the like fantasy on the SORARE streets or on like redraft or whatever. I mean, Bradley Beal is just going to get cooked. But anyways, they all played 20 minutes outside of Plum Dog and KD, who played 15 and 19 respectively. KD dropped 21. You got Beal with 12 and 6, Booker 10 and 3. These are some of the guys playing for the Suns off the bench here. We got Frank, the mother in Tank Kaminsky is back in action, baby. Good to have Frank back. Royce O'Neal, though, he played a good chunk. You had Ryan Dunn, who Matty Harrison just mentioned, the Rook. Who again 5 for 11 from 3. No, I mean, I think what's impressive is 5 for 11. The fact that he's taken 11 through 2 games already, which means 5 and 6 respectively. Josh Okogie, he played 18 minutes, and then you know what? We haven't done a drop in a while, and our guy Bol still out there balling.
Bol.
His first name is Bol and his last name is Bol.
No, yeah. Long legs.
Oh my God. I bet his legs are taller than my whole body. I'm leaving you for Bol. Like,
but Ronnie Holland for Detroit, I think I'm kind of excited about Ron Holland. I don't know what he's going to do, but I kind of like it. For Ron Holland. The other thing I wanted to mention was Reed Sheppard. So there was let me see if I can find it here. The Reed Sheppard, there was like a piece that, or maybe... Tom Haberstroh on Reed Sheppard. Now, and he was on the Kevin O'Connor show. Oh, we got Jordan Santaka in the chat. Good to see you, Jordan. Kevin O'Connor, who put his whole new podcast on Twitter. Listen, I don't think I'm ever going to do that. I don't think I'm going to put an hour and 15 video on Twitter. That feels too long. I don't know what sickos are watching full hour 15 on videos. That to me felt like KOC moves to his new place, immediately tries to deep throat Elon on his new gig at Yahoo. An hour and 15 video. Is anybody doing that? Anybody pulling up X.com? X-Hamster, maybe. But is anybody pulling up X.com and then watching a full hour 15 video? That's crazy. Anyways, I had Haberstroh on. Let me switch the share screen here. Why is it showing this one? Hold on. Okay, let me switch the share screen. Yada da da da. Here it is. Is that showing it? Yeah. All right. So came out here and they said he's not Steph Curry, but I think he's the closest thing to Steph Curry we've seen in a long time. Now, I'm sure there's more context to that, right? They both, and then KOC immediately replies to Dunk Central saying, "Thanks for sharing the Dunk Central. Tom and I both love Reed. Had him ranked number 1 in the draft." And then here's the full pod. An hour and 17 minutes. How many people watch this thing? How many? 537,000 views, but how many people are watching it, though? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, it's a lot of views. It's a lot of views. Yeah, it is, Snoop. Yeah, it is, baby. But anyways, I think comparing him to Steph Curry is insane. I don't think that does anybody any good. I don't know why you would do that. But I am hyped about Reed Shepherd. I do think he's going to be a nice fit for Houston. That Houston roster, though, is crazy. It really is. Let's go back to 2 days ago. The Houston Rockets played the Utah Jazz. And the final score is 122-113. Here's the Rockets starting 5 right now, okay? When this is, I think, a bull case sign. And now maybe it's because, no, excuse me, Dylan Brooks didn't play. So everything I just said, tell me to screw off. Here are the starting 5, though. You had Jalen Green, who played 20 minutes. Fred VanVleet played 15 minutes. Alfie Sengun played 22 minutes. Amen Omen Thompson played 22 minutes. And then Jabari Smith Jr. played 25. Jalen Green had 21, 7-14 shooting. That's fun. Sengun was pretty efficient. He had 17 and 4 on 8 shots. Amen took 8 shots, which I was most of them around the rim. He finished with 13 points, a couple steals. So with no Dylan Brooks, it sounds like the starting 5 will be like, this is going to be the main rotation for them, right? Fred, Jalen Green, Sengun, Dylan Brooks in that other spot, Jabari Smith Jr. And then when we look at the bench, Cam Whitmore played 19 minutes and he was balling. He had 17 points in 19 minutes. That was pretty exciting. You have Steven Adams, who I think everybody forgets is there, who's going to play the backup 5. So I think you'll see some Cam Whitmore, Steven Adams, Amen Thompson off the bench. Here's some other names, though. They still have Jason Tate, Aaron Holiday's on the bench as well. They still have Jeff Green, who didn't play. Tyree Eason is another forward. Jacques Landale, and then Reed Shepherd. So when you think about the guard rotation, it's probably going to be Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet. We have to consider Amen Thompson a guard because that's where they've been playing him. So that's 3 guards. And then I guess Reed Shepherd is the 4th guard. So I don't know, man. I think there's, depending on what kind of start Houston gets off to, and this isn't supposed to be like slander on Reed Shepherd. I like Reed Shepherd quite a bit, but when I'm thinking about who's going to have these impactful rookie seasons, to me, pieces have to get moved from Houston or Reed has to just go insane. But I don't see Reed playing over Fred and Jalen Green. Now, Fred's contract, I believe, is expiring, or it's a team option. It's one or the other, which I guess is still considered expiring. But so Fred VanVleet, maybe he gets moved. Maybe they're like, hey, you know what? We're going to re-sign Jalen Green because Jalen Green is up for a contract extension. Both him and Sengun, both guys who haven't been extended yet. And if I had to put why was I going to say balls? If I had my money on it, I was going to say if I had to put my balls on the table, it's too early to be saying stuff like that. Maybe it's that ex-hamster talk that we had earlier. But if I had to put my money on the table, now I just want to say balls. If I had to put my money on the table, I feel like they're going to re-sign Sengun. However, I don't think or they're going to extend Sengun. I don't know if they're going to extend Jalen Green. I know he was on that heater at the end of last season with no Sengun, but I mean, Sengun was like a freaking all-star caliber guy before he went down with that weird injury. But anyways, if Fred VanVleet gets moved or if Jalen Green gets moved, yes, light up the Reed Shepherd blunts, okay? Because then I do think he's going to be out there. But to me, from like the fantasy perspective, I am more interested in Sengun, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., those 3 guys before I get to Reed Shepherd. That's my opinion. Oh, there we go. Shout out Patrick Coyne. That's right. We got rebrands on days. Mike ditch StreamYard too. I'm on StreamYard right now, Tandy. This is literally on StreamYard. I didn't. I have to use StreamYard. Also, Roy in the chat. Let's go. We get a bunch of people on here. Danny McIntyre. Let's go, McIntyre. Says, what are your thoughts on Dillingham this year? Yeah, I didn't talk about Dillingham in this show. I mentioned him a little bit on Monday because that was the last time the Grizzlies had played over the weekend. My biggest takeaway on him, hold on. Don't you worry, Tandy. I'll get to it, baby, because we're about to switch things. My biggest takeaway on Rob Dillingham. So I saw him at Summer League, and I was saying this on Monday. I was unsure who Dillingham was because I was like, it's no way it's that small dude because he looked tiny. I will say that game against the Lakers on Friday night, the Dilly Bar, as we have coined him here at the NBA Bit, was cooking. He looked nice. He looked like he could get to his spots. Now, again, when you're doing that against teams that are against like second, third, fourth units in the preseason, very different than doing that in meaningful rotation basketball. But however, I'm in on it. I like it. The last thing I wanted to talk about, the last rookie I wanted to talk about oh wait, hold on. We got a lot of let's save the SORARE stuff. Don't worry, I'll get to it. I promise. The last thing I wanted to mention was Zach Edey, who and this will be a good transition. So Edey had 6 points and 7 boards in his time there with the Memphis Grizzlies in that first game. Looked really nice with that 2-man game with Ja Morant. However, as we move to segment 2, the injury bug. Ja Morant rolled an ankle, and it looks pretty bad. He goes to the locker room, comes back out. And we're like, okay, thank God, Ja's fine. And then bang, Ja goes back out of the game. However, after the game, Taylor Jenkins came out and said, hey, Ja might be okay. Ja's fine. It's not too intense. That's a good sign. That is a good sign that Ja Morant is not going to be in too rough a shape. Also, yeah, back to Tandy. What's his background? Yeah, baby, we built it in. We built in some stuff over here. You know what I'm saying? We're starting to, this is what happens when you do the show 3 times a week instead of 5 times a week. We come prepared. But yeah, Grizzlies are a sleeper pick. We can't lose Ja. I'm with you, Tandy. I have the Grizzlies finishing top 3 in the West this season, but they obviously need Ja healthy. But to, tie back in with Zach Edey, I really like what Zach Edey's going to do for this Memphis Grizzlies team. I don't think he's going to have to do too much. Like, I don't think he has, like, they've got enough guys where they can play Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 5. They can play Brandon Clark at the 5. They can play Santi Aldama. Even again, he is Spanish, and I keep doing it in an Irish accent. They can play Santi at the 5. So I don't think they're so reliant on Zach Edey doing everything, but he's just such a nice piece. Kind of does the Steven Adams, Jonas Valanciunas role for Memphis in the past. And Ja lets those guys eat, sets those big-ass screens, rolls to the rim, and is just going to collect a million freaking rebounds. And yeah, Juan Stockton, we got Memphis top 3, baby, top 3. Another injury, a couple other pieces. Kawhi Leonard, it sounds like he is closer to being ready for the start of the season. But again, it's really hard to know how much Kawhi we're going to get. The other one that, a tweet that came out and scared the living daylights out of me. I'm going to share the Underdog NBA tweet over here. Here we go. Let's share screen or share a different screen here. Look at what Underdog was throwing out there, scaring the bejesus out of us here. RJ Barrett to miss rest of preseason. So RJ Barrett had a little shoulder injury. It's actually the same shoulder injury that their other rookie has. I'm blanking on his name, but I know there's some We the North people in the chat that will know. It sounds like so he's definitely out for the rest of the preseason. It sounds like they're going to reevaluate him heading into the opening night. I think he's going to be fine. I think they're just being cautious because there's no reason to overstretch somebody heading into the regular season. No need to do that. These games don't matter. But definitely something to monitor. Toronto, who is already going to be one of those fantasy-friendly teams. I think they're going to be a fun tanking team, which we'll talk a little, well, not really tanking, but like a fun lower-level team. If they're without RJ Barrett, though, for a long period of time, that's going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem. At least it's not a dick injury. That's right. Keep Grady Dick in our thoughts and prayers. THOTS. Shout out X Hamster. Today's NBA bit is brought to you by porn. Another injury, Devin Vassell, we talked about a little bit, where really scary at the top, where they immediately were like, he shut down. He had surgery we didn't know about, that no one else knew about. He had surgery. We thought he was going to be ready. He's not ready to go. It does sound like he will be ready, though, heading into or it sounds like he's going to be with the team for opening night, ready for practice. And then it's probably the second week of the season, which means he's only missing 2, maybe 3 games, and then should be good to go good to go. At least we hope, right? At least we hope. Excuse me. Yeah, overexert. Thank you, Snoop. I can't think of any other big injuries that have come out. One thing around Devin Vassell that's got me a little bit more excited, especially after seeing that guy drop a poster, Stephon Cassel, the rookie from the San Antonio Spurs, is kind of looking nice. Caught a body. Yeah, Top Shot drama is one of the talking points. Isn't one of the talking points today? Well, I made these last night, so that's part of the reason. But I tell you what, we can do. Yeah, let's do some Top Shot drama. Let's do a little video. Let's do a little transition video before we do it, and then we'll get to the MVP odds after we do it. Well, the Top Shot streets.
Well, the Top Shot streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And you know he's not alone, and they're coming in hot. We got a Lake So Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball.
Man, so many of those aspects of the video just like not here anymore, huh? How about that banger of a video? All right, I'm gonna switch the layout here so that we can see this a little bit better. I still don't know how well you guys can see that, but listen, this account has like 50 followers. I don't know how useful this is, but anytime. Oh wait, sorry. Let me do this. Excuse me. So this is we don't look like we're going insane. We left off with segment 2. Let's do. Wait, what happened in the background? Oh, there it is. All right, so here we go. Again, I don't know how valid any of this is, but man, it's freaking hilarious, and it's beautiful. So Dr. Caesar, Trevor Shrake 1, the NBA Top Shot user TSAK47 generally appears to be a multi-account belonging to JBKMB, also known as Mets, aka the inspiration for Top Shot Joni. The TSA account primarily opens packs and gifts the contents to Jay. Transaction history linked below. TSA also exists as a Discord sock puppet account that usually only emerges to support Mets while attempting to win contests within various team channels, e.g. the New Orleans Pelican channel. In the spirit of user acquisition, I would run a campaign designed to get new people. Yes, that's the response in the photo. This account also has been used to win Memphis Grizzlies tickets in December 2023. Let's quickly make note of the email address, azuritemesh@gmail.com. This Twitter user, azuritemesh, indicates they are located in Atlanta, Georgia, ATL, A-Town Down, and they have reposted blockchain adjacent content to promote Jay, such as this. Break it down with Jay, timepieces. That's hilarious. All right, back. Let's go. Let's get out of the photo. We got last season TSAK and J accounts were also used to win tickets in multiple Atlanta Hawks games on the Discord. This is not an exhaustive list, but here, this is what we got. All of these games. A former user on the Top Shot Discord attempted to call out the multi-accounting sock puppet. Jay quickly attempted to indicate is a friend, and they trade all the time. Nothing wrong, right? And then a little personal anecdote here. Every long-standing NBA Top Shot user knows that Mets is a scammer. There are also rumblings that he's been taking advantage of hashtag beta for his personal gain. If we enabled comments or DMs, we are sure the community could add onto the thread. However, our primary focus with this thread to highlight the very flawed nature of NBA Top Shot trade and leaderboard contest during the Caitlin Clark playoff leaderboard, we can see that account bought a Caitlin Clark moment from Mets for $295. This $295 purchase was slightly above fair market value, but knowingly enough that it would generate enough TSS score to place in a winning position on the leaderboard. The prizes were distributed later that day, and we can see that TSA K47 gifted it back to Mets. Essentially, this allowed Mets to use a multi-account to buy a moment from himself to win a leaderboard. This doesn't seem fair in the spirit of these leaderboards. However, Jay wasn't the only one scamming and take advantage of the oversight. Bum, bum, bum. Hilarious stuff. I love it. I love it. I like that it's Mets that gets smoked. I like, honestly, and I tweeted this out. I think Mets like to pretend that Top Shot was bad, Top Shot was a scam. But deep down in Mets' heart, he liked Top Shot more than all of us. He liked it so much that he got another account, you know? So shout out Mets. Shout out Mets and Trevor Schracky. Let's do a little mental health check. And let's shout. Remember that time Pack Rip was on a Spaces? Shout out Pack Reviewing. Let's get a call back to that one if I can find it. Why am I not? I haven't been able to find videos today. Where? Oh, here it. I think it's this one. Beautiful stuff. All right, let's head over to segment 3. Let's get back on track. Yeah, share the DMs. Never forget. Let's add this back to the stage. Let's switch slides. All right, let's talk a little MVP buzz, okay? Just because I haven't looked at this, I don't think this really matters. I was kind of surprised to see that Luka Magic leading the way. I don't think I would bet on that, but I like it. Luka Magic.
Luka Magic.
See, that's why we do the mental health checks, Neil Diamond Hands. Luka Magic leading the way, shortly followed by Nikola Jokic. Then we had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, both at plus 450. Joel Embiid, trust the process. The big process. He's plus 900. You got Giannis plus 1,000. Ant-Man plus 1,300. Brunsanity plus 1,400. Tatum plus 1,800. Wembanyama plus 2,000. And then Ja Morant plus 3,500. I'm going to tell you right now, my favorite bets right now, my favorite ones would be Giannis Antetokounmpo plus 1,000. Here's why. I think there is, there is a chance the Bucks stay healthy, come back, last hurrah, last Buck dance. Although I will say, I don't know if you guys saw the little scuttlebutt yesterday in Buck County, but Bradley Beal was on some podcast and basically said that he had an opportunity to go to Milwaukee and Chris Middleton was in the trade. That feels like he should be. I feel like Bradley Beal's trying to start shit right here before the start of the season. Because I don't know how many people knew that Middleton was potentially traded to the Wizards for Bradley Beal. And then he basically said that Miami was not interested in him at all and ended up in Phoenix. But anyways, I think if the Bucks kind of go on a little run, I like that at plus 1,000. I'll also throw Tatum in there too. Tatum at plus 1,800. I just think there is a world, especially if they use Porzingis sparingly in the regular season. He has to rebound more. If he averages something like 28 and 10 and the Celtics go back-to-back seasons of winning 60-plus games, they hold on to the number 1 seed in the East. Maybe they have the best record in the league. I could just see that they're like for plus 1,800, I could see it. My only problem with Tatum, I think his stats are going to be harder to like amass higher numbers than say Luka, Jokic, and Giannis. I guess put SGA in there as well, but SGA is more of like a 31.6 dime type of guy where I think Tatum could like average 28 and 11. And I think if he did that, and they clearly have the best record, especially after this offseason where like the jumper was broken, nobody gave him any credit. He didn't play for the summer. I don't know. I can just see a narrative building. The last one I'll say, I already said that I think the Memphis Grizzlies are going to finish top 3. If they go from a lottery team to hosting a first-round playoff series, if Ja Morant stays healthy and does Ja Morant stuff, I could see like everyone getting excited about the redemption tour. So, and the only reason I like the Ja Morant one is at plus 3,500. Those odds are crazy, right? And like Wemby's odds are plus 2,000, and he's going to put up better stats than Ja Morant, no doubt. But if the Grizzlies are that much better than the Spurs, right? Like that's why I like that bet. a little bit more. So I just thought that was interesting. I mean, I think this makes sense that it starts with Luka, especially if Dallas is able to have a better finish in the regular season. A lot of hype around Luka coming into camp. I was listening to Tim McMahon saying that Luka's looking svelte, that they look good. So that's exciting. That's exciting stuff. But yeah, I think my favorite bets, if I was gonna bet, which not financial advice, let's do another drop, huh? We're like hot with the drops this morning. Drop it like it's hot.
None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right?
Yeah, Giannis, Tatum, and Ja. I gave you like a somewhat a long shot, a medium shot, and a back shot. What are we doing? What are we doing this morning? All right, let's move on to best of the tank. Best of the tank. I was just thinking about this today. And I'll pull up, sorry, let me switch backgrounds. And then let's pull up the let's pull up the NBA standings. I know you can't see it yet. Give me 1 second. And then let's look at, we'll do both conferences. I was just trying to think of like teams we're excited to watch that are going to be bad, you know? If you could think about like, you know, who are you excited to watch from these bottom end teams? I think basically from the Miami, it's done alphabetical right now, but I think after seeing what LaMelo did like the other night from Charlotte, I know it's like fun to make fun of LaMelo because he drives recklessly, he misses a ton of time all of the time. Charlotte just still like paying Miles Bridges, but I really do think that Charlotte is going to still be in the lottery, but be a fun team to watch. And I really do like when you think about that starting five of LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Bridges, Mark Williams, and then I'm blanking on whoever the other fifth is going to be. I just think they're going to be a fun team that is going to lose a lot of games, but I'm just kind of excited to watch them. Hold on. If I zoom in a little bit better, can you guys see that at all there? Anyway, so I wanted to check in with them. The Brooklyn Nets. I saw our guy Pack Drip on Twitter. He put up a Medium article that was about Cam Thomas and like the hype of Cam Thomas. Why aren't people talking about Cam Thomas? Guys, I got to tell you, I'm not super thrilled about Cam Thomas as like I think he's going to put up a ton of fun numbers. But I don't know if he was going to be like all-star level. But Brooklyn, they're Ben Simmons highlights everywhere last night. Ben Simmons was out there. He played like 13 to 15 minutes, looked healthy, did some stuff. I don't know. I've been drafting Ben Simmons a little bit in the underdog streets just because those late round picks don't really matter so much. But I wanted to, and then the Wizards was the other team I wanted to shout out a little bit. I'm excited for the Wizards come March. I think like when we're watching Kuzma, who said he was now open to a trade, which like, no shit. We're talking about Kuzma and like Jonas Valanciunas and those guys I'm not super excited about. But when we get to it being Bub Carrington, Alex Sarr, Bilal Coulibaly, I think that team is going to be a lot of fun. And on the Western Conference, Portland Trailblazers. So I forgot to mention this with the injury news. Shaedon Sharpe I think it's like something with the shoulder. It's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks. It looks like, or maybe it's 6 to 8 weeks. It's somewhere in that range. That sucks because I was excited for Shaedon Sharpe. I think he's a really fun basketball player. The only thing that that's like glass half full, if you're a Trailblazers fan, I do think that opens the door a little bit more for Scoot Henderson. That was like between Sharpe, Scoot, and Simons. It's just like a lot of guards. And I think this will allow Scoot to hopefully like iron some stuff out because people forget Scoot was pretty solid the last like 3 weeks of the regular season. Again, when those games don't matter, he wasn't too bad. And I think if he's able to build off that a little bit, that's going to be nice. I'm excited for Portland again in March. If they're able to move off of Time Lord, I don't think they'll be able to move off of DeAndre Ayton because I do think Ayton, his contract is too big. So I'm not really sure who's going to go pay for DeAndre Ayton. But I do think if they move off Time Lord, Donovan Klinging are going to be balling. Jeremy Grant and Anthony Simons, one or two of them are going to get moved. And then I think we'll be in full tank. Top Shot Comment says you think they're above tanking? I mean, you could say that, but when you look at the Western Conference, man, they're like so clearly down there. So like whether they want to tank or not, they will be tanking no matter what. He did have an insane turnover rate during that stretch, so that's fine. That's fine. It's gonna it happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. All right, that was it. I just wanted to check in on the lower level stuff. We've got some basketball action tonight, BT Dubs. We've got some action tonight. We might be firing up a playback tonight again with Trayvon Edwards. I'll let you know if that's happening tonight. It's either tonight or Friday, most likely. But we've got the Wizards against the Bing Bong Boys of New York. Fresh off the Rizzler gracing Madison Square Garden's court last night. Jamal Crawford was out there last night too, balling. We get the Wizards and the Knicks. And then at 8 o'clock, you get Houston and OKC. I think that one might be fun. Also at 8 o'clock, you've got Wembanyama and the Orlando Magic. And then at 10:30, we got Golden State and Sacktown. So that's kind of fun. I'm going to pull up Underdog here. We'll go poke around on Underdog for a little bit. They've got a bunch of different pick'ems that we can, pick'em boost that we can take a look at. Common Man says unless they trade off Simons and Grant, they're pretty good. Yeah, I just disagree. If you mean pretty good, like they're close to the 10 seed, yeah. I mean, I'm still taking the Lakers over them. Honestly, like if Kawhi's playing, I'm taking the Clippers over them. But are you pro Grimace and the Mets? I'm pro the Mets winning games right now. I am. It's fun. It was fun last night. I almost hit a pick 'em last night for baseball. Let's go look at these boosts. So they got a lot of boosts over on Underdog here. 50% boost here for boost of your profit. There you go, 50% profit boost. But you have to pick 5, which is frustrating. We got a 31% profit boost for MLB. And then we also have a 31% profit boost for NHL. Before we do that, just gonna do a little check-in on Underdog on my best ball here. So again, we only have a couple weeks left of this. I got to change the back thing too. The back thing looks crazy. Only a couple weeks of this. No, yeah, we are, Maddie. We are. But we're at 91. We're at 91. I also think I have one. Oh, I'm on the clock right now. Let's go look at this. This is a slow draft we're in. We're on the clock right now. So this team consists of Jalen Brunson, Emmanuel Quickly, Desmond Bain, Zach LaVine, Scoot Henderson. We got Tatum, Randall, Kuz, and then Ayton and Jonas Valanciunas. This is a good spot for Zachary Risache. But yeah, so we're in 5 of these right now, which means we're up to 96 entrants. We're still gonna be shooting for 150. Let me do a hard refresh on this, see if that gets a full. Here we go. So we're flattening out a little bit here on the ownership percentages, right? So we got Pod God here at 26. We got KPJ that's at 25. Grady Dick, a lot of Grady Dick lately. He's at 24. Vassell at 24. Then you got Bub Nembhard at 21. Scam Thomas at 19. And then Monk, Simons, Ivy, Bain all at 16. Keontae George at 16 as well. Then some RJ, some Shaden Sharp, some IQ. And then some Cade at the wing position. Bilal Coulibaly take us home. And there he is, Khalil Ware right there, baby. I'm excited about the Ware. Scotty Barnes, Tatum, Jason Tatum, Bridges, LeBron, Siakam all at 20% or north of that. And then the bigs, we got a lot of Alex Sarr lately. We're still drafting Mark Williams, Draymond Green, dominating Onyeka Okongwu. Those are the guys all over 21%. There were some questions about SORARE earlier. So just a reminder, on Tuesday on the Elite Fantasy Hoops channel, we'll be firing up the conclusion of the first auction of year 3. But somebody was asking, I think it was Roy, I don't know if Roy's still here, was asking about like the rookies and going after the rookies because their cap is going to be 0 at the top. And then guys who have been injured like Steven Adams. Yeah, I am going to be doing that. Maggie Carb says late to the show, but even Spo has to look at Ware and be like, yeah, got to give him minutes over Kevin Love. Dude, I was talking about it at the show, man, at the beginning of the show when we were talking about the rookies. I really think they're going to start Ware. No, not start Ware. I think we're going to see Ware play backup 5. If Bam ever misses, that's great. I think because of what Spo, because like Spo was on the coaching staff for Team USA, they moved Bam to the 4 for like long stretches of time. And I wonder if Spo is going to try to use some of that by throwing Ware at the 5 and Bam at the 4 just to test it out and see what happens. Because Ware's a freak, man. He does everything. Knocking down threes, 4 blocks and 2 steals in that 17-minute stretch. I mean, hell yes, let's do it. So I'm here for it. Roy said guys like Adams and KPJ are not worth it, but the rookies might be. Yeah, I think the rookies are the ones that make sense. I'm excited for the auctions on Tuesday because I'm just fascinated to see like what the price points look like for stuff. I imagine there's going to be some hype on it early, and it's going to feel like you're overpaying for some of these things. But part of me is like, yes, but getting these pieces now is going to give you a better shot at winning then, So we'll have to see. And yeah, Jump Shoot with a good shout saying Andrew Laird's interviewing Damian today. That's at noon. I thought that was at 3, but yeah, that's at noon. I will be tuning into that. I like Damian. He's a good dude. But yeah, I think that's kind of it for today. I'm trying to make sure we hit everything. The hype's real though. The underdog double dribble drafts are filling at a faster rate right now, which is exciting. It's good to have preseason hoops on. We also finally have the WNBA finals set. We've got the Libs, baby. The Libs taking it to the Lynx. Shout out that Minnesota did not mess around last night in Game 5. Fishy Call, you're so good. I'm also doing Kobe Brown year 2 on a possible tank team with Kawhi's knees. Oh, that's a good shout, man. I didn't think about that. You know what I've been doing? Actually, real quick, you know why? This might be true. This might be true that he's going to play. They don't have their first round pick this year. They have a pick swap with the OKC Thunder. So I feel like they're still going to try to win games because they don't OKC is going to end up with like a top 10 pick this year, which is insane. They're going to win 62 regular season games, and then they're still going to be picking in the lottery again because Sam Presti is he's like limitless. Sam Presti is limitless. You know who I've been taking, though, for that reason? I've been taking a little bit of Terrence Mann in the 18th round, which feels gross because I don't think he has a ton of upside, but I just think he's going to be somebody that's going to be out there for like 35 minutes a game, and without Kawhi, like somebody else is going to have to shoot besides Harden. And you look at that roster, which again is still a good shot for Kobe Brown. But I like it. Whew. All right, gang, we're going to call it. Let's call it there. I think I'm going to fire up an Elite Fantasy Hoops like happy hour today. I think probably at like 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll confirm it in the Discord and on Twitter in a little bit. But appreciate everybody tuning in today. I hope you guys enjoyed the random Top Shot mess with our guy Metz. Looking forward to him having a measured response, I'm sure. He's never done anything crazy. Tandy, get him on the show. Isn't that why Tandy's here? You're our last hope. Get him on the show. But I hope everybody has a solid little Wednesday, and we'll be back with the bit on Friday. Otherwise, we'll see you on the Fantasy Hoops channel. We out of here.